Nobody likes talking about it because it exposes how Manhattan pricing really works. You can have one condo in a building double in value while another literally steps away loses money. And the difference could cost you or make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Here's what most buyers never realize. 2 units, same building, totally different outcomes. So, what actually separates the one that climbs from the one that sinks? Here's the deal. I've been in this business for over 16 years and have seen more than $200 million in transactions. And in that time, I've watched the same patterns repeat. Even seasoned buyers get swayed. After seeing my own parents buy in a new Manhattan development and end up disappointed, I became obsessed with understanding what truly creates value. In this video, I'll break it down. First, what really makes one condo appreciate while another doesn't, even if they're side by side. Then, how to spot a place that's built to hold or grow in value before you ever sign a contract. And finally, why some of the flashiest new buildings, even the ones that look amazing at first glance, actually lose value over time. By the end, you'll know how to pick a condo that doesn't just look good on day one, it keeps getting better year after year. So, let me start with a moment that changed the way I look at condos forever. I was helping a buyer in Lower East Side. Beautiful 1-bedroom, exposed concrete, high ceilings, that downtown look that everyone loves. And it was listed for $800,000. It felt like a steal. But then, we did the due diligence. We found an $80,000 assessment, almost 10% of the purchase price. The building's reserves were drained. The board had made some bad financial decisions, and banks wouldn't even finance there anymore. The price was far lower for a reason. That's when it hit me. Appreciation isn't about hype or design. It's about financial health and long-term fundamentals. Luxury finishes can make anyone fall in love, but they don't pay assessments. What really protects a condo's value are its financials. Are the common charges and property taxes low? Are there any constant assessments? A well-run building with strong reserves holds value even when the market dips. A poorly managed one, it sinks pretty fast. So once you've looked under the hood financially, the next question is, where does the building sit? Location isn't just a zip code, it's a direction. Take the neighborhood of Greenpoint in Brooklyn. Back in 2020, condos averaged about $1,100 per square foot. Today, they're closer to $1,600. The neighborhood keeps growing, and so does its values. Now look at Manhattan's far west side neighborhood of Hell's Kitchen. New buildings went up fast, but the neighborhood itself didn't evolve much. Prices have stayed pretty flat. Remember, you're not just buying a home, you're buying the neighborhood's trend line. And in a growing area, not every building or unit performs the same. A building's financial health is like its immune system. Low monthlies, solid reserves, and a proactive management make financing easy and resale smooth. On the other side, poor management does the opposite. It scares buyers and banks. Take the famous 157 building on Billionaires Row. It launched the ultra-luxury wave, but because of high carrying costs, hotel operations, and tight financing rules, values have dropped over time. What's the lesson? Prestige doesn't guarantee performance. And even within a strong building, not all condos are created equal. Layout efficiency is everything. You want to avoid long hallways or awkward corners because you can't renovate your way out of a bad layout. Sunlight and exposure matter when it comes to resale values. At the building 303 East 33rd Street, where I do a lot of work at, south-facing units sell for about $100 more per square foot than north-facing ones. It's the same building, just better light. Size and proportion matter too. A 700 square foot 1-bedroom often outperforms a 1,000 square foot one because it's more efficient and it appeals to more buyers. And don't fall for those developer closeout deals. You know, the last units that haven't sold that they keep discounting the price. There's usually a reason no one wanted them in the first place. So, you've got the right neighborhood, you found the right building, and the right unit. Now let's talk amenities, where even smart buyers overpay. Amenities add value only when they make sense financially. In a big building, say 800 units, a pool, gym, roof deck, all that's totally fine. The costs are shared with so many homeowners and everyone pays a smaller percentage. But in a tiny 6-unit building, that same pool becomes a money pit as fewer homeowners have the burden of maintaining it. So you'll want to find a balance of the size of the building versus the number of amenities. Same goes for outdoor space. If your terrace is double the size of your interior, you're paying for that square footage you'll barely use half the year. Why? Because New York City is cold half of the year. The best buildings find the right balance between lifestyle and practicality. The bottom line, you can't control the market, but you can control what kind of asset you buy. That's what it really comes down to. When you know what drives value, you can make decisions that protect your wealth. This business isn't about changing hype. It's about discipline and insight. And if there's one rule I always leave my clients with, is this. Don't buy a condo that looks rich, buy a condo that gets richer. Now you know what drives long-term appreciation. The fundamentals that separate condos that look rich from the ones that get richer. But even with that knowledge, figuring out which buildings actually perform this way takes time, years of data and analysis. That's why we created the Undivided Value Index, a transparent, data-backed way to see how New York City condos really perform. Only a few buildings are live right now, but if yours isn't listed yet, we'll create a custom one just for you. Head to undividedre.com to get early access, because in this market, knowledge isn't just power, it's profit.